Welcome back, everybody. Today in this video I'm going to be canning bell peppers. I've got bell peppers here that are washed up. We've got them cleaned up and cut in strips. We'll probably use these for stuff like fajitas and and different recipes. They're cut up perfect for fajita size right now. If we wanted to make anything else that required them to be chopped up after we got them, canned up and pulled out, then we just chop them up, for whatever the recipe is we're doing. But like I said, I've got them on right now. They need to come to a boil for 3 minutes to blanch them, and once they come to that boil, then I will transfer them into my jars. I've got the jars in the oven over here right now, sterilizing them. So as soon as everything comes up and I've got my water in my pot here, it's warming up. I've got my water over here that I'll be pouring into the jars once I get the peppers in there. So once this comes up and gets ready, we'll come back and we'll set the jars up, and then we'll start putting them in the jars. Alright, so our bell peppers have been simmering here and boiling for 3 minutes. So I am going to take them off of the fire, take them off the heat, turn it off. I'm going to set it over here on the table, and I'm going to get a jar out of the oven. It is nice and hot, and I'm going to see if we can't get these. Let me use a different strainer than that. Let's see if I can. Put these in here. Now I'll do one on camera and show you what I'm doing, and then I'll go off camera and get them all full. There ain't no sense in you sit here and watching me do 10 of these things, because I'm gonna put 10 of them in my canner. So I'm just gonna fill them up like that. About that full. I'll push them down a little bit and just make sure I get enough in there. And I've got my boiling water over here. I'm going to ladle the water into it, leave about an inch to half-inch headspace. I'll put the tops on there. Once I do that, then I'll fill the rest of them up, and I'll come back and show you where we're at. Okay, so after I put these in here, I actually ended up with 8 jars. I didn't have enough. I thought that I had enough. I got 12 bell peppers, and I thought that I had enough. I actually pre-packaged them to see, and I put them in 10 jars. But whenever I blanched them, it cooked them down, and so I actually only got 8 jars done. So I'm just going to ladle this water in here and fill each one of them up, within about an inch from the top, and then I will put the lids on and then get them into my canner. Okay, so I've got the water in them. Now I'm going to put my lids on.
Did you wipe them?
No. but I didn't get nothing on them. So I'm just going to do them hand tight. Or finger tight, should I say. Don't want them too tight. The lids will buckle. These jars are hot. So I'm going to put them over in my canner. I've already got water in there. It's already heating up. So once I get these in here, I'll be able to put the lid right on it and start the processing. Now this bell peppers needs to be processed at 35 minutes. And according to where you are at, if you're 1,000 feet or lower in elevation, you'll want to use 10 pounds pressure. If you're, up here like I am in Idaho, above 1,000, I got to do it at 15 pounds of pressure. So I am going to put a little bit more water in here. I like to have my water right up where it starts to bevel. Works best for me, at least that's what I've found. Okay, so I'm going to put the top on it. I'm going to start the process, lock it in, and I'll turn the heat up to 7. And whenever it starts to build pressure and this pops up, I'll let this vent for 10 minutes, then I'll put the weight on there, and once it starts the weight starts jiggling, I'll process it for 35 minutes. So as that comes up, I will bring you back on and show you where I'm at. Okay, so you can see it's popped up here. The little vent tube is popped up, and so I am going to now let the steam vent out of here for 10 minutes. We got a nice flow of steam there. I don't think you can see it, but anyway, I'm going to let it go for 10 minutes, and then I will put my weight on there and start the process. Okay, so it has been venting now for 10 minutes, and so I'm going to go ahead and put the weight on there. That is the 15-pound weight. I have my heat set on number 7 for this. And your stove, your oven top, your stove top may be different. You just have to decide what works best for you, but I have mine set on 7. I will leave it there until that starts jiggling, starts moving, and then I will turn it down to number 5, and I will show you that as it comes up to pressure. Okay, so as you can see here, it's come up to pressure and it's jiggling pretty good. I always turn it down to number 5, and that way it'll be a nice slow roll. There won't be too much pressure building, and I'll let that go. Doing the bell peppers, it's got to process for 35 minutes. So in 35 minutes, I will cut the power and cut the heat and move it off, and we'll wait for it to cool down. Alright, so after I put the weight on, it came up to pressure, started jiggling. I let that go for 35 minutes processing. And after it stopped processing, after it went 35 minutes, I shut it off and just moved it over and went ahead and let the pressure come down. So here it is, everything is down. We'll take it all off now. All that steam coming up. So I have 8 jars of bell peppers. I'll let these cool down and I'll let these sit here. I'll sit here overnight. I've already done the milk earlier today. And tomorrow I'll move all these down in the basement and put them in the pantry. And that's how I can my bell pepper. This is actually the first time that I have ever done bell pepper, but I've done these, and I'm going to do the yellow and the red as well. I may make a video of those whenever I do them, but this here is, if you have any, if you're wondering how it's done, this is how it's done. You need to process for 35 minutes, and depending on your altitude, 10 pounds or 15 pounds. So if you've liked this video, you enjoyed it, press the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.